Hello and thank you for joining us. We here at St. Basil's Theological College receive questions every day about different theological matters. Let's hear from the headmaster the question of the day and his answer.
Today's question is, what are the signs of the Antichrist and what should we look for? The term Antichrist is found in the Bible, but only in the epistles of St. John. And literally it means someone who is against Christ and tries to impersonate him. This is how St. John uses the term. He tells us that even in his time there were many antichrists. St. John 1, chapter 2, verse 18. He defines the term to mean anyone who denies both the Father and the Son in chapter 2, verse 22. St. John does not use the term Antichrist in the book of Revelation, but he does describe someone called the Beast. And today many people identify him as the Antichrist, using the definite article to indicate a specific individual. In Revelation, we are told much about this beast and about his number, which is said to be the number of a man. Revelation 13:18. This is why most people think that the Antichrist will be a very bad man who does much evil in the world and tries to prevent the coming of Christ. St. Paul does not use the term Antichrist either, but he does refer to the fact that before Christ comes, there will come what he calls that man of sin. That is in 2 Thessalonians 2:3. And it is this, together with the description of the beast in Revelation, that tell us most of what we know about the Antichrist. Thus, although neither Revelation nor 2 Thessalonians use the word Antichrist, my answer to this question draws mainly on what they tell us about this man of sin. There will be no space for me to include all the references to each point in this brief answer, but if required, I can supply them separately. Here then is the brief answer to the first part of the question. Most of the signs of the Antichrist are those which also predict the approach of Christ. These include disasters of various sorts, including diseases and plagues, earthquakes, droughts and famines, as well as storms, floods, wildfires, and man-made disasters such as wars and widespread pollution. This is because we have been warned that Christ will only come after the world has been tested by the evil one, who in the last days will be represented on earth by a particularly evil man in a position of great political power. Commonly known as the Antichrist, this man is depicted in various futuristic films, and other predictions have at different times equated him with a leader of America, of Russia, of China, or an Islamic jihad, but there is no general consensus. However, the Bible predicts that when he first comes to prominence, most people will fail to recognize the Antichrist as such, that he will spend some 3.5 years being generally accepted by most people while he is preparing to make his move. Then for another 3.5 years, he will be recognized for what he is, but will still rule by brute force before being destroyed by the servants of Christ. In addition, it predicts that the Antichrist will promote materialism as an alternative to religion, that he will persecute all religion and try to prevent people from buying and selling without his consent. We should beware of governments and leaders who try to restrict our personal freedoms, especially when they introduce laws as temporary emergency measures, but which they do not rescind when the perceived emergency has passed. We should also remember that although the Antichrist is only one man, he will have many agents and supporters, so that we should be suspicious of anyone who persecutes religion or promotes materialism. For ourselves, we should always try to avoid an open confrontation with secular authority, and as long as we buy and sell only what is essential, and as far as possible, barter for what we need and support other members of our church, we may hope to survive the rule of the Antichrist. Eventually, the servants of Jesus will defeat him, and we will be able to welcome the start of the reign of Christ the King on earth.
I hope that helps you on the path you have before you. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button. If you have any more questions, please put them in the comments below. And if you wish to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Hope to see you again.